So without further ado, let's pass this one over to Pixie and AVRL, get into Lijiang Tower, and see two of these undefeated teams today, see who's got what it takes to top the leaderboard.
All right, well, thank you very much, Easy. And honestly, how more can we say about this? How more can we hype this one up? Honestly, so far both of these teams undefeated. I mean, this is the one that is going to leave us with a single undefeated team for the day. That in and of itself is, you know, it's no small thing.
This has been the match. This has been the match that I think I've personally really wanted to see. I can't remember if I already said it, but you know, basically it was something along the lines of, for me, Unestablished Juniors was the team that right from the get-go, as soon as I saw the way they played, it was a team I looked at. I was like, okay, these guys definitely know exactly what they're doing. They know how to play this game to a far deeper level. I think that really speaks levels to, I believe, their captain Yui Revenant, who is a top Warcraft 3 player from his region. I mean, the Sky's represented his country at the World Cyber Games. The Sky has also been a top-level Heroes of the Storm player, so, you know, a lot of tactical, strategic depth in this team, which has been great. And then again, for Bbong, this has just been the most ridiculous team in terms of individual mechanics that I've seen so far today.
Yeah, and I mean, when we saw them at the top of the day, we spent quite a lot of time talking about, if you will, their aggressive positioning. Now, I do believe that was on Ilios, so again, on a control map. And I mean, look, this is a different team. This is Bbong, who themselves are undefeated, who themselves have showed a lot of promise and a lot of very tight gameplay. I'm curious to see whether unaccompanied minors here are going to be able to pull off the same thing that they did earlier today on Ilios, use that same positioning to kind of keep this point on lockdown.
I think still, to me, the really big weakness for Unestablished Juniors is maybe they are not going to be able to keep up pace with the individual mechanics, because so far I've only been really impressed with Tayo, and the rest of the team sort of, they're good, but they're good because the whole team plays quite tight. Now, you know, can they match guys like K4Real and Hyper? It's a big question mark for me.
Certainly is. I mean, Smart, you've already spent quite a bit of time, of course, before this, talking about what we might be expecting out of these two teams. And you did get an opportunity to touch on Lijiang Tower as well. But like I said, Unestablished Juniors, previously on Control, played a very aggressive style. Do you think Bbong are going to fall prey to that as well?
I don't think they will, because even down to the types of heroes that they play, they're able to maneuver around this aggressive positioning up against the spawn point so that they can get out of the trap that is just sprung on them, and they're able to just escape from that sort of situation. And again, they also recognize that they can go into fights and not necessarily win them, but get the better value trades out of them so that they can move into the next fight and eventually win the game. Because again, it's all about who actually gets the point at the end to 100%. It doesn't matter how long the team holds the point unless it gets to 100%.
Alrighty, well, with that, we're going to be able to get back into this one. So, I mean, honestly, all this and more to really be seen as we get on to Lijiang Tower. Also a map that we've seen a good amount of so far. And, I mean, there's a few key players that we've kind of picked up on, but is there anyone else we maybe want to give an honorable mention to before this one opens out? Anyone that people at home want to keep their eyes on?
Yeah, you know, to me, again, like I think the TF2 players just really hit home for me as a TF2 player myself. But TJ, I'd like to see what he sort of can bring out here. And already onto the Pharaoh, I mean, the Rocket Man himself, let's see what he does.
Yeah, Smite likes to call it a Panadol pair up in the air here for TJ and Legend. But,
nice run.
Oh yeah, nice start for Yuki, already getting off K4Real. Hyper, he's still being topped off actually, without a pocket healer of his own. So
Legend down.
if they can take out the Pharaoh, and that should be, oh, there you go. Hey, right as I say it. Honestly, this is just a really solid opening skirmish for Bbong. They just seem to kind of have Unestablished Juniors' number here.
At the same time, K4Real, I think Yuki got the very first pick there, so that's been really good. But for Yui, they haven't managed to really capitalize off that. They got a 1-for-1 trade straight away. Legend dying very quickly, and the big difference here is Hyper's not even really relying on a Mercy, whereas I feel like for TJ, he definitely is needing this Mercy a lot more.
Ooh, Tayo getting picked up. Yeah, nice headshot by K4Real. That was just fantastic. And now that he's established on the point, he's just keeping this on lockdown. Going to go in to try and keep Mango alive. A sleep on Yuki and a headshot or two is going to make it happen. They're going to get TJ as well. That's how you keep your healers alive, folks. For those of you watching at home, you know, you see your Ana in a tight spot. Hey, man, go get them out of it.
I actually think at this sort of point, you almost want to drop the Mercy here. I feel like it's almost becoming a little bit detrimental.
They're looking for a money res.
The fact is, like, Hyper doesn't even need a Mercy, and his output is really, really good. Whereas TJ, he has the Mercy, and his output is not as good.
Oh, Tayo getting a couple with that pulse bomb could be all they need for this one. And now, oh, actually getting out 14 as well is big.
Oh.
They look like they're going to be able to come in for a counterattack, and all they've lost is Fearless. This is actually really good for unplayable Jiraxis here as they try and get themselves onto the point. JZ Hooker going down means they will get the cap in at just over 53%.
Yeah, I mean, well, you never want to play Jiraxis until your board state's actually really favorable on your side. And for 14 there, he actually dropped an Earthshot. He committed an ultimate into a losing fight, so that's going to affect their next push coming through. And the Reza that we've been talking about, Legend now, he just needs to stay alive, and there's not really any divers on the Bbong side that can really snipe him out.
Yeah, well, in any case, Yui now are holding on the point. Teo going to try and blink over to get in behind them. Getting onto K4 Real, who's going to flub the Deadeye because of it. That was a good move by Teo. Yui Revenant getting a little bit low on the front side as is 14, but oh, it's actually JZ Hooker who goes down as Yuki starts to open up. Sound barrier not really going to be, oh, it does save K4 Real, but I don't really think that's enough. There's still a res there if Unestablished Juniors really lose any more members, but Bbong Me, they don't really have enough left in this one as 14 goes down. I don't think they're really going to be able to contest this point, and Unestablished Juniors should be able to even it up.
Look, that was an absolute disaster for Bbong Me. They committed 3 ultimates, still lost a fight. 3 ultimates, and they got less use out of it than essentially what Yui got. I think they also used 3 ultimates, but the fact that they won that puts them so far ahead. They still have the reds. They can lose the fight, still get the res back up. They're now ahead in progress. Bbong Me are slowly but steadily falling behind here.
And I feel like Bbong Me are kind of hurting for not having something like a Tracer of their own who can weave in, take out Legend, and get that res off the table. Because honestly, without that, it's even harder to
look for Jay's Graviton
Look
here,
for it indeed. That's oh, they
Legend down.
Legend. Wow, K4 Real with the headshot. I mean, hey, turns out not having the Tracer didn't hurt them at all. Caster's Curse, but JZ Hooker does go down actually. K4 Real trying to keep this one going, looking to get out Teo as well. Flashbang goes wide, Teo getting out. Now Fearless keeping K4 Real way back in this one, and Unestablished Juniors still established on the point despite losing Legend. They do finally lose Fearless, but honestly that's all. A couple of trades back onto K4 Real and Hyper mean again, total security.
I gotta say, Tayo is just, he's so nimble around these parts. He's been undealt with, and in particular, he's done a really great job of taking out K4 Real.
That was the Graviton that they were kind of looking for, but with Teo picking off JZ, sorry, it is JZ actually. For some reason I was like, no, it's
K4 Real went for the Deadeye as well and just completely had to cancel that one. Look, UE just came out absolutely blowing away this Bbong team.
Just on a level of their own. Let's be completely honest. At least for that first one, I mean, Bbong Me,
look, if they win
they had glimmers, but
if they win this, they're either going to be established juniors or unestablished seniors, whichever way you want to go about it. Like that was an impressive, again, tight macro game out of UE. This is their big strength that I'm seeing out of this team. And Tayo still has been one of the real factors. I want to see K4 Real on the Genji. There he is. He's finally switched to it. Look, he's not a bad McCree player, but he's absolutely disgusting on the Genji. And I think Bbong Me know. I think it's time to rip out the K4 Real Genji. It's time to put JZ, maybe put JZ Hooker back onto the Hog, put Hyper back onto the Pharah, right? That could be something that Bbong Me need to do here.
Well, in any case, it's going to be Hyper on the Roadhog himself in there, keeping JZ Hooker on the Zarya. I mean, it wasn't bad Zarya play. Let's not go ahead and suggest that.
Still not dealing with Tayo though. That's
new dawn, new day, new game. Tayo, like you said, getting 1 tank already. This time on that Reaper, looking to play
14 so out of position as well.
Yeah, 14. He does get back from this one, but that's not ideal. Hyper getting a nice hook into Tayo, but he's actually not the hook target as the charge in gets Hyper. Yui Revenant able to do that one, and now Tayo going to route out Lemonade and the rest of this Bbong Me squad. And honestly, yeah, no longer unestablished. By the way, what is an unestablished senior? Is that just like a retiree who never got his citizenship?
I don't know about that, but I just want to talk about the game real quick because Yui Revenant, as the Reinhardt play, he had his shield up the whole time. He was protecting his shield the whole time. Meanwhile, 14, he did a little bit of a ring around the Rosie, all the way around the back, went for a little bit of a run and was just completely absent.
This is that aggressive maneuvering we were seeing from Unestablished Juniors on their first game of today.
TJ sleep though.
They're making Bbong Me fight for every step, but you're right, with that sleep, Bbong Me do get a chunk of ground. Now K4 Real with the Dragon Blade is going to try and go in for this point. They're going to need to go for a big one here. Oh, Mango's trying to get a good one. He gets
the shutdown!
That's a big one. K4 Real not going to find anything else with it. They did just trade back though with 14 getting Legend, but losing Lemonade themselves now means that Unestablished Juniors should be able to hold on to this one unless JZ Hooker and the rest of his tanks get something huge. But 14 going down, They do get Hyper as well, and that's going to be, again, nothing left in the tank for Bbong Mi, and Unestablished Junior is just so in control of
that. Was an absolutely disgusting shutdown from Yuki. Straight away the hook onto Nano Boosted K for real. What was that? I mean, this is the star player of Bbong Mi that completely ripped apart the side of it was Don't Make Me Angry. And Don't Make Me Angry had no answer to K for real. Yuki immediately answered this guy. You want to play Jiraxis? Here's my, what's the one that you just instantly kill him? I don't even remember.
Sacrificial Pact.
Sacrificial Pact, there it is.
Yeah, there you go. Well, good thing I've done my research on Hearthstone.
Yeah, I need to go back to that a little.
I knew it was going to become relevant during this particular broadcast.
You brought up Jiraxis.
All right. Well, in any case,
unplayable Jiraxis.
In any case, we've had a bit of a moment to see these teams so far. Look, honestly, there's no two ways about it. Unestablished Juniors are absolutely in command here. What do Bbong Mi need to change up here?
Well, K for real, I mean, he's doing an all right job, but it's just being outclassed completely by not only Yuki, who's been
unreal.
All right, well, it looks like, hold on, sorry to cut you off there, but we do have these teams back ready to go. And you had to the
Hold on to that thought.
Ready for it.
Hold on to that thought.
Yeah, hold on to it because it might become relevant at the end when we get to recap on whether or not Bbong Mi do change their ways and figure out what's going wrong. And it looks like Hyper going to change over to that Tracer, so maybe that was the magic that was missing.
And look, again, we've got to talk about a tight macro game. Yui are so set up. They got 3 ultimates ready to go. There's only 1 coming up on the side of Bbong Mi, arguably on their weakest player, 14. He's got an Earth Shatter. He has to hit the Earth Shatter of his life, and even if he does, I don't know if they can secure a kill off this.
Oh, Yui goes for his own Earth Shatter. Oh, the sleep mid charge is big. They're going to go ahead and charge in Yui. Revenant now, but slam back down in response means that Bbong Mi already not looking good on this one, having just lost Hyper now, and the boop onto Lemonade, they're just getting completely run over.
And there's only 1 push left. Look, 14 committed to that. This is a real problem. K for real, he's actually on the Zaya now. This entire team lineup is just changing up. You know there's an issue if K for real goes off the Genji. He just got pushed off his best pick. That's an issue.
It absolutely is. Maybe it's because they wanted JZ Hooker on that Roadhog, but even then, they sacrificed all of their potential ult charge for that. They have no ultimate.
Hyper's on
There is
Tracer now.
no
That's
uptime. Now TJ with a Graviton. Let's see what they can get out of this one now. They're going to have to go for their final charge, 100%. But already 14 put to sleep. They're not going to get anything out of it.
They didn't even walk onto the point.
Yeah, they didn't touch it. It's like they forgot that that's how you win the game. Bbong Mi, I don't know about changing mid-map because there was still a 3rd game to go to. They just kind of shot themselves in the face by giving up their win condition.
Oh, you can Bbong Mi, alright. I don't even know what's going on at the moment. I mean, that's a lie. I know completely what's going on. Yui, look, the game, the way they're playing this again is so much tighter. Like I like the adaptation from Tayo onto the Reaper. Nearly every single time he got the first pick. Usually he got it on the Zaya. Usually he killed JZ Hooker right away. And now again, Tayo is a massive problem for Bbong Mi. They have not shut him down for 2 maps now.
Yeah, well, it is the Tayo show here tonight. Honestly, whether it's Tracer, Soldier, Reaper, what have you, this man is a fantastic
Who cares about K for real? Because Tayo is ripping up.
Yeah, Tayo is the real deal.
Tayo for real.
Tayo, he's got a 1 in his name, so 1 is like, it's higher than 4.
Yeah,
so,
it is higher than 4.
That's the difference. And I mean, JZ Hooker, he's only got a 3, so, I mean, it's just not enough, they're not high enough for the numerology. In any case, Tayo already getting the harass on the healers. Looking to take out Hyper. That's a nice duck and roll there, but Hyper going to get oh, never mind that, actually.
Position again. What is he doing?
Yeah, I mean, he's kind of just traded here and there, and it's back and forth, but Bbong Mi are actually the ones kind of on this point and getting established. Tayo not able to get enough mileage himself. They do get K4 real now. They should be able to get back onto the point themselves here. Unestablished Juniors happy to give that one up, and already he had a post bomb. How do you even do that? Mango is going to try and keep his team topped off on the point. They commit a whole hog as well to secure it. And actually, Tayo is not a 1-man army as it turns out, and Unestablished Juniors are finally going to lose some time on a point.
How ridiculous is it that Tayo can go into 3 players, 1v3, drop a pulse bomb, no he doesn't get a kill, but he gets out alive. Like 3 Bbong Mi players cannot even kill Tayo. This guy is so unbelievably difficult to kill for Bbong Mi.
And already picking off Mango is going to be a good start. Yuki doing the groundwork and Tayo getting the extra. And now picking up 14 as well. It's just an absolute steamroll. Bbong going to get completely knocked off this point, off the pedestal, and Unestablished Juniors back on it once again.
The good thing for Bbong is the ultimates are looking a lot better here. Now Hyper's going to be the one playing them Kree. This is a team where everyone's sort of playing a little bit of everything here.
Oh,
team back and ready for the Earth Shatter.
Toes asleep, but they haven't quite got the capitalization.
They got him. They finally killed him.
They did. The team was coming in hot to try and defend him, but now they're all caught in the graviton. But Yuki is going to commit a whole hog as they all get bunched up against the wall. There's nowhere for them to go, and he just wipes the floor. That was a fantastic fight from Unestablished Juniors from what was possibly the worst possible opening.
And again, 14, where was he? He wasn't there for the entire fight. Yes, he got an Earth Shatter on the backline. No, it didn't really hit anyone. But again, he's by himself. He's the Reinhardt, and he's not even using his shield to protect his own team. This is like watching Day 3 ANZ qualifiers all over again. What are these Reinhardt players doing? I'm not even joking. 14 is letting this team down.
I can't disagree with you, though, because we talk so much about Reinhardt discipline. You're dead right. That's actually not happening from 14, and he did do it before. But Yui Revenant now the Reinhardt for Unestablished Juniors, swinging that boosted up hammer, takes out JZ Hooker, and again it's the aggressive positioning. They're not even letting Bbong get close to this point, let alone win a fight on it.
You know, we're already at 61%, so realistically, one fight left before it really gets decided. One fight that I would say Bbong can afford to lose, but they're actually getting ultimates, so I expect them to be able to commit to this next fight. Now, they got a bunch of ultimates. 14 already lost his Earth Shatter. Whatever, this has to be the nano boost with the whole hog ultimate. Here it comes from JZ Hooker.
Oh, here, Tai already in the backside, but yeah, that's going to be the commitment. They're just throwing down all the ultimates, but they haven't got any kills for it. Yuki's the only one who's low, but he's still alive as they're about to trade back onto 14. Oh, Hyper does finally get Teo. That's the one they needed. They finally start getting some through, but it looked like for all that commitment, they weren't going to get anything for a moment there. In any case, they do get it, should get onto this point in time. Unestablished Juniors, though, have got so much progress on it, they only need to win themselves one more fight.
Now, look, they didn't get any kills on the nano hog boost. Well, this is what they did do quite well, is they actually baited out a graviton surge, which was a big deal because this is going to affect the ability for Yui to be able to come back into this. And again, one of the big problems, one of the really big I guess, positives for Bbong was they killed Tayo rather early, but now Tayo is about to get a pulse bomb, and we know exactly how good he is with that.
Oh, that we do, as Hyper has opened out with a nice Deadeye. It actually looks like Bbong will be able to hold this one for a little bit longer, but as pretty much all of their resources committed now as Unestablished Juniors are the ones with the ultimate advantage.
Yeah, finally, you know, Unestablished Juniors are in a position, this is almost the opposite of where Bbong were earlier. Bbong was sort of also at about the 70% mark, also in an ultimate advantage. The big difference here is if Yui can actually win this push, I believe they're going to do a full cap out, and it's going to be a 3. Oh, Tayo getting killed early.
Oh, that's a big one for themselves, and Yuki had the staggered respawn, so he'd actually only just come up as well.
Yui's
that is going to buy them a ton of time. They need to get a good position off this Earth Shatter from 14. It's basically what they're relying on, but now Unestablished Juniors, they only actually have time for one fight. They do have more resources. It's going to be a tight one.
This is going to be it. We're both into 90%. Now Mango's about to hit the nano boost as well. This is all or nothing.
Oh, there was a whip cut from Yui Revenant 14, but he's got the nano boost, but he's up against the wall in that whole hog. Tayo has already found K4 Real. No one's traded back onto him yet as they force JZ Hooker off. He's the only other ultimate who is available. They get Mango. They're starting to get them all. Unestablished Juniors getting back on the point. This is almost guaranteed to be out unless K4 Real pulls off a damn miracle here. He's gunning for the point, but he's not going to get close to it in time. The hook actually pauses his movement for just long enough. And Unestablished Juniors 3-0 Bbong.
Bbong who? K for who? Because Unestablished Juniors just
K for fake.
Annihilated. Can we call it the Tayo show? Can we say Yuki completely destroyed K for real? Can we say 14 what a letdown?
You know, we absolutely can, and the Tayo show just got renewed for another season. That's what went on there. That was just... There's no two ways about it. That was phenomenal play. Phenomenal out of Unestablished Juniors, right? We saw them right at the top of the day. It turns out M8 Echo have had a hard day themselves and haven't been able to pick up many wins. So you can argue that that one game wasn't really all that representative of Unestablished Juniors. This game was. We had already seen Bbong. We'd already seen them beat some strong teams. We already know that they are a well-respected team by some of our own teams that play in SEA tournaments. But Unestablished Juniors just made it look like they dropped a kid from the kiddie pool into the deep end.
Can we just say as well, you know, this was a team that I don't think anyone, including me, until I saw that very first game, was not, Bbong man, like that was not a team I would have really, look, I know they have a world-class like esports player on their team, like Revenant, like what I do. This is like a WCG representative, played for the World Cup for Singapore. Like, okay, fantastic captain, fantastic player, but 5 other players, I got no idea how good they are. But Yui came out of the gates absolutely smashing. Unestablished, I'd say that's pretty accurate because before this, I don't know if anyone really considered this team.